It is my empire. Drezu here back with another video, and today we doing an ESO Blackwood PvP class tier list. I don't know if I put them words in order, but listen, we here. You feel me? We doing a class tier list for the Blackwood chapter. You feel me? Um, if you recall, if you watched the video, I did a month or a little bit over a month ago. I did a ESO Blackwood PvP prediction class tier list where basically uh, I tried to predict the rankings, for the Blackwood chapter where, predicting where I thought the classes were going to be, if the classes were going to be good, if the classes were going to be bad, if the classes were going to be overpowered. Basically, you know what I mean? Predicting all of that, you feel me? Uh, this is the result of that. This is the video, this is the result. Um, this is where I put the classes at. You feel me? But now that I've actually played Blackwood, I've experienced PvP. I have quite a bit of time in all forms of PvP. I have, Cyrodiil, Imperial City, dueling, BGs, all of that. Now that I've, played the Blackwood chapter, I want to give uh, a more accurate tier list. You feel me? Not even a more, basically, this is gonna be the tier list of where I feel like all the classes are at in Blackwood. You feel me? A tier list that's not a prediction. A tier list that I feel that's factual. You feel me? Now, I want to put an emphasis on how I feel. You feel me? Because this tier list is gonna be my opinion. Uh, you're probably going to disagree with some things in this tier list, where I put some classes, some classes, if I put them in S tier, you're probably going to think they were A tier, or if I put them in A tier, you're probably going to think they were in C tier, you feel me? But this is my opinion. You have your own opinion. You feel me? If you have an opinion or you think I put some a class in a tier that it wasn't supposed to be, put it down in the comments. You feel me? I need to start interacting with y'all more anyway. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, this is my opinion. Put what you feel in the comments. You feel me? I'll interact with you. I'll try to get back to you as fast as I can. And yeah, before we get it started, man, I want to ask y'all to hit the like button, subscribe, join the empire. You already know. Helps me out, helps the channel out, and helps the channel grow. Now, let me explain the tier. So S tier means that the class is overpowered, it's overperforming, it's doing really, really good. You feel me? Uh, A means that the class is good. You feel me? It's a solid class. In the chapter, you feel me? It's not overpowered, but it's certainly not underpowered at, at any capacity. You feel me? It's doing really good. The class is a solid pick. B is the class is okay, has its ups and downs. It does good in certain situations, it does bad in certain situations. It's a okay class, you feel me? And C is that the class is underperforming, it's underpowered, it's doing bad, it's down. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? But without further ado, let's get into the tier list. I'm gonna try to make this quick. I'm trying to make this simple. Let's make this let's make this like a 10-minute video, man. Let me try to speed run this. You feel me? Cause I've been making these videos a little bit too long. So I'm just gonna give you. I'm probably gonna place the class in the tier, and I'm probably gonna just give you a general reason why I put that class in that tier. So Mag DK. Um, Oh, and this tier list, you know what I mean, is not anything specific. This tier list is basically just PvP in general. There's not going to be a specific form of PvP. It's just PvP in general, how the class is doing overall in PvP. You know what I'm saying? So, in general. But first, Mag DK. I want to put Mag DK at B tier. Um, Mag DK does the most damage. Uh, as a class, it does the most damage out of any other class. Let's get that straight. Mag DK has the most damage. The thing that why I'm putting Mag DK at a B is in an okay situation is because it's a glass cannon. And when I'm talking about glass, I'm talking about thin, thin, thin glass. It's super thin glass. You know what I'm saying? I feel like Mag DK would really puts them at a disadvantage. That yes, they have some of the best damage, the best burst damage in the game for PvP as a class. You know what I'm saying? But the way they have to do their damage is really detrimental to their tankiness. You feel me? Mag DKs have to be really close. You know what I mean? They're like warriors. You know what I'm saying? They do like up close damage. They're not as a mag class. It's not range. You know what I'm saying? So it's a close quarters class, but that kind of really detriments it because you know what I mean. I feel like Mag DK would be really better if it was range, but it's a close quarters class, and like I said, it's thin glass, so it's gonna just get burst down so fast before it could get all its damage out. You feel me? Um, so that's why I'm putting it at B. It does okay in certain situations. If you get the jump on somebody, you feel me? If you get a lot of burst damage on somebody, chances are they're not coming back from it, bro. You're gonna finish them off. You just have so much burst, bro. But I feel like at most confrontations, when you looking at somebody, somebody's looking at you, and y'all go to engage each other, especially if it's like a stamina a stamina character or a stamina tune, Mag DK is just gonna take the L all the time. It's just they don't have enough sustain to be able to dish out all the damage they need to dish. You know what I'm saying? So Mag DK B, uh, you know what I mean? That's what I gotta say for Mag DK. Magplar A. I've been playing a lot of Magplar this patch. This chapter, Blackwood chapter. I've been playing a lot of Templar in general, and to be honest, I've been having fun with Templar. Um, Even though healing is really not that good, I've been having, you know what I mean, I've been healing okay uh with Magplar, you feel me? I've been healing okay tankiness. You know what I mean? Maybe it's just my build. Maybe it's just how I build Magplar, bro. But I feel like my Magplar has just been so tanky. But just as Magplar as a class or Templar as a class, you feel me? We have one of the best, um, spam moves in the game. Jabs just, chop people down so easily, especially, in a meta where damage is so, it's just so divine. Damage is just so crazy. This meta. Uh, Having an ability, having a spam move that this good, having an ability that not only is blinking off so fast, but it's like doing so much damage is really good on the class. Um, yeah, good, a decent healing, uh, decent tankiness, good damage. Uh, Templars to me do lack in resource sustain a little bit, even though they're ruined. What I mean, their resistance ruin have resources attached to it. Like the Magicka one gives you like what I think it's like 400 Magicka a second, something like that. I forget the exact number, but gives you a good amount of Magicka, the ruin, or a good amount of stamina. I just feel like it doesn't keep up with jabs. Like jabs, yeah, it might seem like it costs a little, but jabs still add up at the end of the day. You feel me? Jabs still add up at the end of the day. It's attack that blinks off really, really fast. And it adds up, you feel me? The stamina consumption is probably more than any other spam bull, um, just because of how fast it blicks off. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, jabs is a cheap move on its own, but it does get you know resource taxing over time. You feel me? And I feel like even though the ruin gives you a little bit of resources, what I mean, it doesn't give you enough to keep up with all the moves Templars have to do. And another reason is I'm not gonna put it higher up. You know what I mean? Because Templars are still, a stationary class at the end of the day. You feel me? Even though I feel like they've been thriving more in a more mobile, environment. They've been thriving a little bit more, especially with the ruin focus change. Now that ruin focus is actually giving you a heal instead of a resistance bonus. I feel like you could benefit from that heal more, especially if you're like stopping at a certain point. Like if you're like in a fight where you stop at certain points, then you put down the ruin, you get a little bit of a heal, or you know what I'm saying. Then the fight continues to move. I feel like it's better than you stop and get a resistance buff, and then the fight moves. It just, I feel like just the heal is better for more of a mobile fight. You know what I'm saying? Instead of you getting a resistance buff for standing in there, you're getting heals. sustaining yourself more, especially for people if you're chasing somebody who likes to, you know what I mean, try to burst you down when you're chasing them. The heal is gonna be really good just to get some of your health back while you're chasing them instead of, you know what I mean, letting them wear and tear you. You know what I'm saying? So, like I'm saying, Templar in general, solid pick. Magplar, been having really good fun with Magplar. Good sustain. Uh, decent healing. Uh, you know, really good damage. Uh, yeah, that's all I gotta say about Magplar. Now, Maxork, I'm putting Maxork at A. Maxork is kind of in the same boat as Stam DK, just not being tanky like at all. You feel me? But the thing that puts Maxork above Mag DK is that Maxork is a range burster. It's not. It doesn't have to be close up like DK. And Sorks in general have one of the best mobility moves in the game. Streak. Streak is not only a move that puts distance between your target, but you can't stun your targets as well with Streak. So Streak, one of the best mobility moves in the game. Uh, so not only does this Max Hook have good mobility and can do burst damage from afar, um, Sork in general has some of the best sustain in the game. You feel me? Because dark deal. You feel me? You're taking one resource and putting it to the other resource. Really good, and you're also getting a heal from it in general. But the problem with Maxork, the detriment that Maxork has is like I said, tankiness. They're not tanky at all. I feel like when you catch a Maxork, even though they have streak, even though they're fast, you know what I'm saying? When you catch them, it's over. They won't have enough sustain to take the damage when you catch them. You feel me? It's super easy to rip through shields. It's like shields is not even there. It's like I don't even know how to put it, man. It's like I don't know. Shields are just down bad right now. I feel like dots. If you put like a dot on a mag sword, bro, 3 seconds of the dot, a poison dot is just gonna completely wipe off a shield. Something like that. Like shields is just so thin now. Shields are just so butt that you easily tear through them, then get through the mag sword's actual health and just shred it apart. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I gotta say about mag sword. Really good damage, really good mobility, really good resource sustain. Uh, but just not tanky at all, bro. They're super squishy. Stamblade, I'm putting Stamblade at S. What can I say about Stamblade? W- the second best class for burst damage. You feel me? Um, if a mag DK has 100 rating or 100 as a score for burst damage, then Stamblade probably has a 95. You feel me? They're not too far off. Um, Stanblade really good for just pop up burst, the surprise burst damage. You feel me? They have cloak. They go in. They hit you with surprise attack. Surprise attack does crazy damage, stuns you, end cap. Cap does crazy damage. It's a really cheap all. It applies major defile, and you I think it's a 20% damage bonus that you get on the target, or a 10%. I forget the actual percent, but you do get a significant percentage damage bonus on the target, and you just finish the target off if you have Assassin's Will on hand. If you have Assassin's Will on hand after an end cap, that's basically clip for the person you're trying to kill, bro. Assassin's Will after an end cap is the most dangerous combination in the game. It just outputs so much damage, it's crazy, especially in a meta where damage is king. A combination like that is actually lethal. It's actually dangerous. And the thing that makes Stanblade just so good, yeah, it could do burst damage. The reason it's different from Mag DK is that they can get away with doing that burst damage with Cloak. You feel me? I know a lot of people complain about Cloak. I know Cloak is complained about a lot, this and that. But to be honest, if we being real with ourselves, Cloak is working 7 out of 10%, 7 out of 10 times. You feel me? 7 out of 10 times this Cloak is working. I know a lot of people can play. Yeah, I get taken out of Cloak all the time. There's so many things there taking it. You know what I mean? But 7 out of 10 times cloak is working. Uh, I've experienced it. You feel me? I fought so many Nightblades. You feel me? When Blackwood has come out, bro, it's just so many Nightblades running around. Um, and come on, you can't deny it, bro. Cloak has just been one of the most pestering moves that I've encountered, bro. Because a lot of the times I will have a Nightblade almost dead. I have 15 dots on the Nightblade. He's 10% health. He cloaks. When he's out of cloak, he has full health. It's like he reset the fight, and it's so easy. You feel me? It's so easy to reset the fight for a Nightblade. You feel me? Cloak is just really too good. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? If they want to, if Nightblades want to go in and burst somebody down, if the person happens to live that godlike burst that Nightblades have, if the person happens to live and tries to retaliate, they can't even retaliate because the Nightblade's probably going with cloak before they can even retaliate. Or if you get what I'm saying. Like not even to put it as a ganking build, but just a Nightblade who just running cloak in general, bro. It's just broken. You don't even have to be a ganker to have that burst damage. Even if somebody goes to Nightblade goes to burst somebody down, you feel me, and the person goes to retaliate, and they get into a little bit of a brawl. If the Nightblade sees that his health is going down, he's about to die. All he gotta do is roll dodge and cloak. He's scot free. Like I said, 7 out of 10 times the Nightblade is scot free. He gets away, gets all his health back. So and it's ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? So that this Nightblade just came, did all this burst damage to me. I'm trying to retaliate, almost kill him. He roll dodge cloaks, comes back with full health. It's honestly insane. You feel me? So overall, Nightblades have amazing damage, bro. Especially in this meta where damage, like I said, is godlike. Amazing damage. You feel me? Uh, uh, End cap and Assassin's Will or Assassin's Scourge or whatever. That combination is completely busted, bro. It completely just takes people's souls. They have some of the they have really good mobility. Their mobility, their cloak, and they have a shadowy image. What's it called? A specter that they can teleport to. You feel me? That is really annoying when you in Imperial City and you run into Nightblades who like to put their cloak on one floor of a building, go down to another floor, and as you chasing them, they teleport to the other floor. It's just an annoyance. Really good mobility. Um, Sustain, they don't have the best sustain, you feel me, but they still there. They're solid, you feel me. They don't have the best sustain. Out of every class, I say Nightblades have the second worst sustain, you feel me, from Mag DK. They have the second worst sustain. But well, not sustain as in tankiness. They have the second worst tankiness, out of every class. You feel me? Nightblades are kind of squishy. They can still live stuff. You feel me? Just because of cloak, but they're kind of squishy. But yeah, and their resource sustain is really good. Their healing is really good too. You feel me? They get resources from their light attacks if you're running that draining move. Just overall, I feel like the only thing that Nightblades uh fall off in his tankiness, you know what I'm saying? But they kind of make up for that and with cloak and stuff like that. So Nightblade, Stanblade, I'm putting it at S, you feel me? Now let's talk about Magblade. Now Magblade, if we're talking about bombers, I'm putting Magblade at S plus, thousand, infinity, a million. But if we're talking about somebody who's building a regular Magblade, I'm putting them at C. To be honest, Magblade has been really underwhelming. I played Magblade. I tried to hop on my Magblade and do something. It was just torture, bro. I feel like I was doing less than any other class. I feel like I was just doing less. You feel me? The best way I could explain it is I do damage, but not enough damage. And I have a sustain, but not enough sustain. You feel me? That's the best way I could put it. Just Magblade just does less. You feel me? They don't have enough damage to finish the job. They don't have enough sustain to tank what they need to tank. You feel me? They just feel um underpowered. You feel me? They feel like their damage output. It just feels like nothing. You feel me? It feels like somebody could just easily recover from the damage I'm doing as a a mag blade, you feel me? And it feels like I can be killed just too easily. You know what I'm saying? The sustain is not as bad as DK, you feel me? But it's a strong, you feel me? It's a strong second, you feel me? Like I know I put Stand Blade at second, but I'm putting this at second. I'm putting Stand Blade at third in terms of just squishiness and tankiness. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's what I got to say about a mag blade. Just underwhelming compared to the other classes, but they just don't perform as well as other classes, bro, in terms of damage, sustain, and all of that. You feel me? But yeah. But when we're talking about mag bombers, like let's put them all the way up. You feel me? But that's a whole nother thing. You know how I feel about mag bombers. You seen my videos. Like, come on. All right, Stem Necro. Now, Stem Necro, I'm putting that S. To be honest, bro, I don't know what drug I was on when I did my prediction tier list to put Stem Crow at A when I did my prediction tier list, bro. But I don't know why, what reasoning I had to put them at A. But Stem Crow, right now that I'm sober, feel me? Stem Crow is definitely a hard S. Um, Necro in general, basically they basically took this anti-healing meta, this anti-tank meta, and just basically shoved it to the side and was like, we don't care. We're still gonna have really good healing. We're still gonna be really tanking and on top of that, have really good damage. Stamcrow just has everything. Good damage, good healing, good sustain, good resource sustain. The only thing they probably lacking is mobility, but you can just get that from you know what I'm saying? You could get, a mobility boost, a major expedition boost from Race Against Time, you know what I'm saying? But that other than having sustained built in mobility built in their class kit, they just have everything, you feel me? It's so hard to take down a Magnecro and they're so tanky. I mean they have so much damage, you feel me? Now macro, I actually put at C when I did my prediction tier list. Um, but to be honest, I feel like macro has been really has really stepped up. You feel me? They really blew my expectations out the water. You feel me? I've noticed macro now not only just has godlike sustain, even more sustain than Stamp Crow. Like I feel like in a standstill setting where you're standing in one place or you're standing in a specific area, I feel like macro can't be killed, and that's in those conditions. You feel me? Especially in dueling, if you're dueling a macro, you, it's honestly insane. You feel me? Macro just has too much going on. They have so much sustain. They have this move where I think it's reanimated. I'm forgetting the move. It's the move where you can heal. It's the ultimate where you heal or revive allies, but you can revive like a bunch of blast bones. You feel me? And it's really funny when a macro does it in a duel because it's completely broken because all the blast bones only have one target and that's the person they're dueling. You feel me? So it's like 10 blast bones going on to one person. So dueling, macro, got it. Open world, um, macro has crazy sustain. The damage is decent. Blast Bones in general is kind of a wonky, move in terms of 1vx, and it's kind of a wonky move. I kind of would like them to change it, and like it probably needs like a cast time change or something like that. But you know what? I don't even want to say that because I don't even want to give Necros a buff. You feel me? Cause I don't even want to give them a buff. You feel me? But overall, I feel like Blast Balls is kind of wonky when you're 1vx and stuff like that. But other than that, damage is really good. Um, really stepped up for what their damage was before. You feel me? I felt like what I said in the predictions tier list. I felt like macro had to do a lot more to do as much damage as another class had to do. But to be honest, you feel me? It's still like that for macro, but it feels like it got lessened. You feel me? Like they don't have to do as much as they had to do to do a decent amount of damage. If you get what I'm saying, you feel me? But this is just this what I mean, placement is just basically from my experiences, me fighting macros. I feel like they've been really tanky and doing decent damage. You feel me? So put a macro at A, and yeah. Now Warden, we have. I'm gonna put Mag Warden in B. Now Mag Warden, is kind of in the same boat with Macro. Uh, you feel me? I often like associate these two classes with each other because they're kind of built the same way. Uh, I don't know if I'm the only weird person to do that, but I kind of associate these two classes together. Mag Warden, good damage, good sustain. You know what I mean? Has a lot of CC. With Arctic Winds and you know, permafrost. The ult and stuff like that. Pretty good CC. The only reason I wouldn't put it A with Macro is that I feel like Macro has way more sustain than Mag Warden. Like Mag Warden has pretty decent sustain, but not like Crow. Like Macro just has so much healing. It's not even funny. It has so much healing. I feel like Mag Warden has a little bit more damage than Macro. It has a little bit more damage, and that's because of the magical subterranean assault. You feel me? I don't know what the magical version is called. You feel me? But yeah, that's why I put Max Macro above Mag Warden just because of sustain purposes. I feel like Mag Crow just gets more healing and it's just more tankier than Mag Warden, you feel me? Even though Mag Warden does have a lot of mobility, you feel me? I feel like I don't know. They do have a lot of mobility, but I feel like it's pointless for Macro because once they get caught, they caught. You feel me? They don't have enough sustain. It's kind of the Sorg deal, but not as bad as the Sork deal because Mag Waters don't depend on shields. But it's kind of the same thing where, when they get caught, they get caught. You know what I mean? They don't have enough damage to, sustain. They don't have enough, sustain to live the damage, and they don't have enough damage to, kill off their attackers most of the time. You feel me? So Mag Warden that be, and yeah, that's what I'm feeling about Mag Warden. Um, in Blackwood. Stan Warden, on the other hand, is at S. If you noticing, the only classes on S has been stamina. It's kind of apparent now. Stamina is just on top of Magicka. It's kind of apparent now. Like let's face the facts. Magicka is not doing as good as stamina in PvP, bro. You know, Stam Warden just you feel me has so much more burst than Mag Warden. It has so much more burst. Especially if we run an uppercut, subterranean assault. That's some of the best burst in the game. Or Dawnbreaker, subterranean assault. Just subterranean assault in general just has so much damage. But when you pair it with something like a Dawnbreaker or you do it like an uppercut, it's just so much damage. And what can I say? Stan Warden has decent tankiness, not the best tankiness out of every class, but they could survive a little something. I know Arctic Winds did get nerfed. The Hill of Arctic Wind did get nerfed. Um, to be honest, on my Stan Warden, I completely took out Arctic Wind, bro. I feel like it's something that is not worth using anymore. Speaking of my Stan Warden, look out for my build video. You feel me? Making a build video real soon. But as a you know what I'm saying? Like I said, Stan Warden, uh, I just took off Arctic Wind because I feel like it wasn't worth it. You feel me? But it's not worth it as a heal anymore. It's not worth it as a stun to me. You feel me? Even if you're running like a dual wield, sword and shield build on your Stan Warden, Arctic Wind is just not a reliable stun. Like I would probably trade Arctic Wind with like Shield Bash, and Sword and Shield, bro. It's just not a reliable stun. It's an inconvenient stun. You feel me? But even with Arctic Wind nerfed, Stan Warden still has a decent tankiness, decent healing. If you could replace Arctic Winds with like Living Trellis or something like that, or just replace it with Rally, you feel me? But decent, good healing, decent tankiness, really good damage. You feel me? And like I said, subterranean assault, really good damage, and really good mobility. Even better mobility than Mag Warden, because yes, they both have the same type of mobility boost. They both have the wings, but stamina naturally is going to be faster than Magicka because uh, you know First of all, you're probably going to be running medium armor, some sort of medium armor, mostly on stamina characters, and you get more of a speed bonus with medium armor. And another reason is just stamina in general. You're going to be using stamina to break free, roll dodge, and on a stamina character, you're going to have more stamina to do that on a Magicka character. So it's just stuff like that transfers into mobility, helps mobility a lot. So Stamina Warden just has so much mobility. To be honest, Stam Warden is probably one of the best no, not even one, the best 1vx class in the game. You feel me? It's just the best at 1vx. Like I don't know, want to tell you how many times I'm on my Stan Warden or I've seen Stan Warden just like pick people off. You know what I mean? It's like Stan Warden. It's like an art what Stan Wardens do. It's like they, especially if you're like an imperial city, you're just being chased by people, right? And you just have so much resources staying. That's another thing to have. Some of the best resources staying with the bull net. I did the math, and the bull net gives you like a extra. It's like a free extra 400 stamina recovery. It's a free cleanse, and it's a free source of major brutality. You feel me? But they're just like the kings of being chased and picking the people off that is chasing them. You feel me? So that's what I can say about Stan Warden. Really good burst damage, one of the best 1vx's, really good sustain, resource sustain, good sustain, and decent healing. You know what I'm saying? Actually, I'm not going to say good healing. You feel me? Because they get a lot of healing from their passives. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, Stan Warden really good. When I've had fun with my Stan Warden in PvP. I've really had fun with my Stan Warden. And Cyrodiil. You feel me? I feel like I can't go into Cyrodiil with any other class but Stanwater. It's just so really, really good. You feel me? All right, now we got Stam DK. I'm putting Stam DK at A. Stam DK, uh, Ring of Brutality did get a nerf. You feel me? And I actually really do feel the nerf of Ring of Brutality on DKs. DKs don't do as much damage as they did in like Markarth or Flames of Ambition and stuff like that. Um, Actually, I think Flames of Ambition. No, I think Blackwood is when they nerf Ring of Brutality. But I definitely feel the damage decrease on DK. But other than that, DK still is really good damage, really good sustain, really good resource sustain. You feel me? You got Green Dragon Blood. Stam DK has really good poison dots. You feel me? They get access to major mending and Obsidian Shield. Um, you know what I'm saying? So really good healing. The only thing is they probably they're another class that doesn't have mobility in their and their class passes and stuff like that or class abilities. But like I say, just get a mobility enhancing ability from Citric Order Race Against Time. So yeah, really good class. Just not overpowered anymore. I would probably put them at S and Flames of Ambition. Just because of the raw, just because of Ring of Brutality. Even though Ring of Brutality got nerfed, it's still a broken item. Don't get me wrong. You know how I feel about Ring of Brutality. Still a broken item, but I do definitely feel the damage decrease. You feel me? I do definitely feel it. Um, and yeah. All right, now we got Stamplar. Now Stamplar A, like I said, Templar. I've been playing a lot of Templar, and Stamplar have been really good to me. I've been really having really good fun with Stamplar. Uh, like a lot of damage, with jabs. Uh, Good healing, good sustain. Just basically what I said about Magplar. You feel me? The only thing with Stamplar is or Templar is that we don't have a mobility enhancing a ability in our kit. You feel me? And I probably wouldn't recommend as a Stamplar you building or you putting a race against time in your ability bar because we do need our Magicka for our cleanse. So as a Stamplar, I would probably put on dual wield more than anything just to get uh quick cloak on just to get that mobility enhancing ability. So yeah, but other than that, yeah, Stamplar has been really good to me. Not overpowered, like I said, because we are still supposed to be a stationary class. Um, when we fight, we're losing out on stats not being stationary. You know what I'm saying? So we still are supposed to be a stationary class, but I feel like I said, we're doing better in a mobile setting, but we're still supposed to be stationary. You feel me? We do lose out on buffs, but yeah. And last but not least, we have Stamsorg. I'm putting Stamsorg at S. Stamsorg just has one of the hardest hitting light attacks in the game. One of the hardest hitting. You know, just paired up with Bound Armaments and Crystal Weapon, they just have some of the best uh, light attacks. Uh, really good sustain, resource sustain. Like I said, Sorg has really good resource sustain with Dark Deal, or Dark Conversion or whatever. Um, mobility, Streak. You know what I'm saying? Streak and Stam Sorgs have Hurricane. For the minor expedition buff. In terms of healing and tankiness, they're not the best at tankiness. You feel me? They don't have the most tankiness. Healing, you feel me? If you're building like a crit build on Stam Circ, you're getting really good heals, from your crits and stuff like that. But yeah, so I would put their healing at okay, good, decent. You feel me? It's good healing, but sustain they have okay sustain. They're not the most bulkiest things in the world, but you feel me? Like I say in a lot of my videos, sustain mobility does transfer into sustain. I feel like mobility transfers to sustain, especially in this meta. You feel me? And stamp sorks are a perfect example of that. You feel me? Sorks in general is not the most bulkiest class. You feel me? But they feel like that because they have so much sustain. Uh, um, mobility. And that's for like a lot of classes, like Stan Blade, Mag Warden. It's the same for those classes. They just have so much mobility that it feels like they're just so tankiness. They're so tanky, but it's just the mobility. You know what I mean? They're weaving a lot of your attacks. You feel me? They're dodging a lot of your attacks. Just stuff like that. You can't get your hands on them. You feel me? But that's pretty much the tier list. I tried to make this to a 10-minute video. I'm pretty sure it hasn't been 10 minutes. I'm pretty sure it's way more than 10 minutes. But that's pretty much the tier list. Like I said, if you feel like I play something wrong on the tier list, you feel me? If you have your own opinion, make sure you comment down below. You feel me? Like I said, I need to respond to y'all more. I need to, what I mean, talk to my community a little bit more, and yeah, you feel me? If y'all enjoyed the video, make sure y'all hit the like button, subscribe, join the Empire, and that's pretty much it. Drizzle Empire out. I'm gonna see ya.